Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. You've guessed it, it's Wednesday. New release day here on the channel. This is the day where we give you some reviews of some new things that have come out in very recent days, very recent weeks, that sort of thing. Today, been waiting to get to this one. This is probably going to be contender for Album of the Year based on having this for the last week and a half and really digging it a lot. It is the brand new album from Seattle's very own Queensryche Digital Noise Alliance. Of course, fourth studio album with Todd LaTorre in the lead vocal slot. Now, Todd's now been in the band for quite some time now. He's not really the new guy anymore, right? He is the voice of Queensryche, and man, this is good. I really dug the self-titled release. Condition Human is excellent. The Verdict might even be better than that. I'm thinking that Digital Noise Alliance might even be better than those two. Again, it's better. There's no better. But as far as like what my favorite is, I listened to those last two albums a ton. Both of them made it into my top 10 of each year when they came out, and I still think The Verdict is an absolutely terrific album. But the more I listen to this, the more I'm like, man, this is like putting everything on the table, putting it all together, just like, the original early Queensryche did so well. And great material across their three most recent albums. But I don't know. The more I listen to this, the more I'm thinking, yeah, it's all 100% clicking here in a big way. Love the songs. Love the production. The vocals are terrific. Man, the guitars are doing exactly what you want from a Queensryche album. The drumming is really solid. Let's take a look at Digital Noise Alliance here. All right, so we got the Digipack. Of course, this is on Century Media. Open it up. Kind of, very dark looking stuff. Not a lot going on here. You get some information and thank yous from the guys in the band. And then, of course, the booklet. Here we see the guys. Let's open that up. On one side, got the lyrics. On the other side, there's the crew, right? So, who is in the band, you might be asking? Well, of course, it is. Hold on. I know it's listed here somewhere. Todd LaTorre, all vocals. All right, lead vocals. Michael Wilton, founding member, on guitar. Mike Stone returns on guitar. Eddie Jackson, founding member, bass and backing vocals. Casey Grillo on drums. Casey's been in the band now for a little bit, of course. Casey from Camelot. So, what do I think about this album? Well, we got 11 tracks on the main album, and then if you buy the CD Digipack, you get a bonus track, which is essentially track number 13. Right? Actually, no, sorry, track number 12. So, it starts off with a song called In Extremis. Kicks things off in fine fashion. A terrific, vibrant, melodic metal track. Todd just sounding absolutely spectacular. Strong chorus. Now, I've heard some people, in reading lots of reviews of this and looking at the chitter-chatter all over the internet about this album, and some people are saying that the album's not as immediate as The Verdict, and maybe, not as catchy as that album, and maybe not even as heavy as that album. And, the first listen, I kind of was thinking the same thing, but, you can't really judge an album based on one listen. So, but after like 2, 3, 4 spins, I was like, I think this album is even heavier. It's definitely a little more proggy in spots. I definitely think the production of this album is just a tad bit better, and I should have looked up here exactly who produced this album. Produced, engineered, and mixed by Zeus. Recorded at Tower Studios in St. Peters, Florida. Zeus. Not familiar with Zeus, but man, great sounding album here. Back to what I was saying before. I think that there are absolutely Terrific, catchy choruses on this album. More importantly, I love the way all the instruments are layered on here. I really like the production of this album a lot. The guitars sound huge. The lead guitar is just popping out right at you. The drums, you can hear everything that Casey's playing here. You can hear the bass, and Todd's vocals are mixed spectacularly. Chapters is song number 2. Another upbeat melodic metal track. Killer textures with the guitars. You got the big heavy riffs, but they're heavy, but they're melodic. I really like the chorus on this. You got plenty of intricate drumming going on all over the place, and lots of really effective twin guitars from Michael Wilton and Mike Stone. A lot of great twin guitars on this album. And Todd, man, Todd rules. He just sounds so good. I'm going to talk a lot about Todd during this review, obviously. Lost in Sorrows, track number 3. Great song. I've talked to people over the last week or so who some of them are saying that Lost in Sorrow might be the favorite song of theirs of this, era of Queensryche, and, could very well be. Really cool opening riff and drum barrage that kicks off the album. To me, it sounds like vintage 80s Queensryche. Todd is just soaring over the heavens. Twin guitars everywhere, killer chorus. Lost in Sorrow, really, really good song. That's followed up by Sick Death, which is this moody but quite heavy song. Got like a real snarling vocal display from Todd on here, and I think fans of his solo album from last year will really love this song because he showed a lot of different sides of his vocal style, of the full arsenal of Todd La Torre, and I think that's starting to come out a bit on this album, I think, just like on the solo album, which is really good. So you hear a few things up his sleeve on this particular song. Lots of guitar firepower here. Casey doing a great job on the drums on this one. Sick Death, really good song. Then track number 5, Behind the Walls. Dark, crushing, prog metal. Love the riffs, man. Big, beefy, in your face. Love them. Vocals outstanding. To me, this song kind of takes the band down like a dark, vintage Fates Warning type of place, which I'm kind of liking, right? Because, Queensryche has done their share of dark stuff, but this dark, heavy, almost doomy type thing, really cool. Backing vocals, terrific. What a chorus. Heavy, heavy song, right? Might be my favorite on the album. Behind the Walls. Terrific, terrific track. Number 6, Nocturnal Light. Another banger, killer guitars. Has kind of that futuristic Rage for Order, Operation Mindcrime feel. Really like that a lot. Track number 7, Out of the Black. Big 80s style riffs. Got some atmosphere. Todd just killing it on the chorus. And the chorus is really memorable. Twin guitars all over the place. Another winner. Really dig that, Out of the Black. Track number 8, Forest. Here's the one dreamy soft song on the album. So you got swirling guitar chords, lush vocals from Todd. You got some keyboards. If you like Silent Lucidity from the Empire album, this doesn't really sound like it, but this song is that album's Silent Lucidity here on this album. It's a little different, but it's got that kind of like dreamy Pink Floyd-y type effect. Really good song. Really good song. It's kind of comes, about 60% through the album, so it kind of breaks up a lot of the heavy tracks because most of this album is pretty heavy. Track number 9, Realms. After the mellow Forest, here the big sounding guitars are back. Another classic Queensryche sounding banger. It's real majestic too. It'll kind of take you back to Operation Mindcrime, Empire era Queensryche. Really love it. Track number 10, Hold On. Mix of big crunchy riffage and atmospheric prog metal. Nice intricate drumming from Casey on this one. This is one of my favorite songs for him on the drums. I like the way this one goes back and forth between the big bombastic and the dreamy and mellow. Chorus is really good as well. Track number 11, which is the last complete song on the album, is Tormentum. Really, really strong headbanger. Like I said before, I think once you get through this album a couple times, it's actually heavier than overall I thought on the first listen. The more I listen to it, the more I'm like, man, this is a pretty fucking heavy album. Really good. The riffs are huge on this song. Nice lead guitar fills and textures. Todd sounding really venomous on the chorus. Again, he's letting some of that kind of those different styles come out, which you heard on his solo album, but he's kind of kept to a minimum on the Queensryche albums. But now all these little things that he's doing differently, these kind of like angry bits and stuff like that coming out. He's got the soaring, clean melodic stuff, and then he's getting a little grittier here, which is pretty cool. Kick-ass song, Tormentum. And that finishes out the regular part of the album, 11 tracks. spectacular. And then, like I said, you get a bonus track, which is a cover of the Billy Idol classic Rebel Yell. It's done really well. It's fun. Don't know if it fits on the album, though. I mean, I'm glad it's like towards the end, because and I'm glad they didn't kind of throw that in the middle. It's like, so if you don't really want to hear it after all the excellence that came before it, you can kind of skip it. Like I said, it is kind of fun. It's a dead ringer for the song. They do a really good job on it. Interesting to hear Todd doing Billy Idol's vocals because, obviously they don't sing anything alike. So it's fun. It's fun. Did it need to be here? I don't know. But I guess, I know a lot of people are kind of having a good time with it. They can appreciate it. And like I've heard plenty of people say, it's like it's cool that it's at the end of the CD because if you really don't want to hear it after the greatness, the kick-ass tormentum, you can be like, all right, that's it. I'm going to go back and re-listen to the album as a whole again. So, Digital Noise Alliance. Again, I'm struggling with what to rate this because, it's easy for me, a 4.5 out of 5. To me, this is absolutely spectacular. People, if you give it a 4.5 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5, you're saying it's as good as Operation Mindcrime. It's like, or as great as Operation Mindcrime, or, The Warning, or Rage for Order. And you know what? 10 years from now, we might be saying that this album ranks up there with those 2 or 3 drop-dead Queensryche classics, right? Because I think that this is, from this era, this is, to me, that gem in this part of the catalog. The 2 that came before it are spectacular. I think this is even better. And it's just to me, it's the best-sounding Queensryche album in many, many years. No knock on any of the ones that came before because they were also really good sounding, but there's something about this one that just, man, it's alive. You listen to it and you hear everything just absolutely perfectly in the mix, and the guitars sound exactly as they should. The vocals are just, everything about the production to me is excellent on this album, and I really dig the songs a lot, and it's pretty damn heavy. It's proggy in spots, but it's really heavy, and I think if you really haven't paid attention to Queensryche over the last decade, maybe 2 decades, maybe close to 3 decades, and all you really talk about is like, well, I can always go listen to the EP and The Warning and Rage for Order and Operation Mindcrime and Empire. That's all I ever need. I think you need this as well. So Digital Noise Alliance, excellent stuff from Queensryche. Like I said, this is going to be ranking pretty high up there at the end of the year, which is not too far off of my favorite albums of the year. So check it out. If you've already heard it, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't listened to it yet, go listen, come back, let us know what you think. I'm digging this big time. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. You don't want to miss any of these new album reviews on Wednesday. I'm telling you, I know not a lot of people on the channel watch them, but I'm going to keep doing them because these bands need our support. They need the exposure because, radio certainly isn't playing any of this stuff that I'm talking about, right? So we gotta get it out there so people know what's being released, kind of have an idea what it's all about, and go out and listen to and make a decision whether to purchase or stream or whatever it is that you folks do. So thanks for watching. Please hit that like button too before you leave. Very, very important. And you might get one more from me today. I'm desperately trying to get the Dead Daisies in, but I may just save that for next week because we've got lots of good stuff coming up. Over the next week, we've got brand new archival Frank Zappa. We've got this new Tedeschi Trucks Band 4 EP set that came out. I got to get to all those. We got the new Dead Daisies. We've got, what else? We got the new Cult. We got the new Alice Cooper live. We've got Venom Inc., Steve Hackett live, Van den Plas live, Impellitteri, Arthur Brown, Godley and Cream, David Longdon. That's everything that's on my immediate list here, but there's other stuff besides that. So, lots of stuff to get to. So I may actually save Dead Daisies for next week. So you guys can wait a week, right? You can wait a week. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. See you real soon here on the channel. Don't forget, tomorrow is Monsters Den Day. Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff on Friday. We've also got the UK Connection coming up on Saturday. And ranking the albums on Sunday. Simon Bray and myself ranking the albums of 38 Special coming up this Sunday. So we'll see you all then, all right? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.